Silver didn't scream, it didn't shout, but if you've been paying attention, you notice something different. It just hit the reset button, and I don't think most stackers even noticed it. Silver is resetting not just in price, but perception, positioning, and potential. And it's happening in silence, but you wouldn't notice it if you aren't watching the right signals. What if price isn't the story, and instead it's just a distraction? What silver has been doing in plain sight was a silent reset. And if you've been with us for a while, you know it's not about staring at a price chart. It's about looking for structures. What is good, Stackers University? It's Dr. Stacker here. So wonderful to have you with me today. And we're breaking down 5 major resets happening in silver right now that have things looking incredible for the next quarter, next year, and even longer. These aren't hype signals. These are structural shifts. So let's just jump in. Reset number 1, the gold to silver ratio reset. It was just April 22nd when the gold to silver ratio hit around 106 to 1. And then silver quietly screamed, "Buy me." It wasn't shouted. It seemed like it was just another simple ratio, but it was a signal that said, "I'm quietly setting the stage." While still historically high, the GSR is starting to shift and move, as today it's around 87.58 and has largely gone unnoticed. As I shared, it's not so much about the number, it's about the market structure. While gold has been catching its breath, silver's been like Pepe Le Pew, continuing to close the gap. Silver outperforms when the gold to silver ratio begins to shrink. But here's the key: it has continued to go even as gold has had down days. Silver has continued to increase its price. But gold and silver have still been consolidating. But silver's consolidation has been a little bit different. It's been more of a coiled spring, ready to unleash its stored energy. This reset isn't quite confirmed yet, but the pressure, it's definitely building. Reset number 2, the mid-year recalibration. Let me ask you something. What did you expect silver to be doing by now? What price were you hoping for? Honestly, it hasn't done what I expected. And at the same time, I'm really impressed that it hasn't collapsed in the face of all this pressure. Silver's been hanging tough given all the external factors like interest rate confusion, geopolitical flares, multiple profit taking events, and yet it hasn't collapsed. It stood strong, something we hadn't seen in the past. Silver doesn't seem to be riding gold's coattails anymore. And now that we're halfway through the year and we know what we know, now is the time to recalibrate expectations, reevaluate your strategy, and recommit, or simply walk away. Reset number 3, the psychology of stackers is resetting. As I just mentioned, walking away. And some people have done that. And we've seen that in the form of selling at the LCSs. And, I kind of respectfully refer to those people as the silver squeeze survivors. And as I mentioned in the previous video, they bought it 35, maybe a little bit higher when you add in premiums back in 2021. And they held on for dear life while everything else, stocks, crypto, real estate, all went to the moon. And for 4 years, they sat on dead money. And so they just walked away. They're finally breaking even, and I don't blame them for selling. And in fact, I rather face their selling pressure now at 37-ish, $38 as opposed to 50. At the same time, many of us are us hardcore stackers, we're doubling down. We are those stronger hands, which means the emotional floor underneath silver just got a little bit stronger and a little bit thicker. That also means holding $37 just a bit longer will confirm that it's the new floor for silver. Reset number 4, gold stumbled, but silver didn't even flinch. We talked about this. Gold has had every reason to break out even further. The attack on Iran, sticky inflation, Powell stagflation flavor testimony, dovish whispers from other Fed officials, and gold didn't even get out of bed. Notice how silver hasn't been falling on its face whenever gold stumbled or stalled. Silver is sending a clear message. It's saying, just because gold is down doesn't mean I have to go down with that ship. This doesn't seem like a blip. It looks more like a behavioral shift. Silver is now writing its own narrative. Reset number 5, the silence before the boom. Right now, silver feels quiet. Volume is light. Headlines are becoming less frequent. Summer trading is slowing down. But the silence isn't weakness. It's silver sitting off quietly, thinking about the next move and how it can break through the $39 technical resistance and the $40 psychological resistance. I almost want you to imagine silver like sitting in the corner smiling because it already knows what I'm about to share with you right now. Take a look at this chart of silver seasonality and specifically how it performs during the second half of the year for the last 37 years or so. Notice the channel and that it points our favorite direction, up and to the right. This next chart shows you each month how silver has performed since 2001. Just like the bomb exploding in the distance, we can see the spark. Now we're just waiting for the boom to hit us. Don't let the silence lull you to sleep because silver isn't really sleeping right now. It's just coiling up, building up energy to break through those next two resistance barriers. As I wrap this up, I have a challenge for you. For the next few months, I want to challenge you to stop focusing on price movements. Instead, look at the structure silver is building, the structure supporting silver, and the signals silver is giving you. If you can do that, you'll find yourself incredibly ready and comfortable with what happens next, regardless of how long it takes. You'll see these little blips as the buying opportunities they really are. Price is loud, but structure is silent until it speaks. This summer might be the most important setup we've seen in over a decade, not because of where silver is, but because of where silver refuses to go back down to. And if you're building your stack, building conviction, or building legacy wealth, this is the moment to listen, not to the noise, but to the silence, so that you can hear the signal, because it's sending a very powerful message. In the comments section, let us know what you bought this week or this month. Do you think silver is about to lead, or is it just gold taking a pause? Or simply put an A plus in the comments if you got love for Stackers University, received any value from the video, or if you just want everyone to know that you always stack smarter and never stop learning. This video is being disseminated on behalf of US Gold Mining Inc., trading on the NASDAQ with the ticker symbol USGO. Their flagship Whistler Gold, Copper, Silver project includes 3 gold deposits with combined estimated mineral resources of 6.5 million ounces gold equivalent in the indicated category, plus an additional 4.2 million gold equivalent ounces in the inferred category. On January 20th, President Trump signed an executive order called Unleashing Alaska's Extraordinary Resource Potential. It reads, the state of Alaska holds an abundant and largely untapped supply of natural resources, including, among others, energy, mineral, timber, and seafood. President Trump indicated he wants to develop Alaska's resources to the fullest extent possible. The executive order directs U.S. policy to fully avail itself of Alaska's vast lands and resources for the benefit of the nation. As you can see in the graph, gold stocks have a tremendous gap to close compared with gold's spot price, which has soared. I am bullish on the gold sector stocks right now, as you know. Bank of America's chief investment officer is predicting a weaker dollar cycle, as you can see in the chart below. With no debt and approximately 2.96 million US dollars in cash and cash equivalents as of March 31st, 2025, and a project in Alaska, the stock was trading as of July 18th, some 40% below its all-time high. At its April 2023 IPO, gold was worth $1,930 an ounce. Now gold is trading at an all-time high, yet USGO's share price is still around its IPO price, down 40% from its all-time high. As I shared, their flagship Whistler Gold, Copper, Silver project includes 3 mineral deposits with combined estimated mineral resources of 6.5 million ounces gold equivalent in the indicated category, plus an additional 4.2 million gold equivalent ounces in the inferred category. One shareholder owns 80% of the company, so this is a very unique scenario. The most critical development, in my personal opinion, and a potential value driver comes from the Trump administration's attitude toward Alaska. This is a picture of Mike Dunleavy, governor of Alaska, with President Trump, and below with the CEO of US Gold Mining Inc. at their Whistler project in Alaska. Tim Smith, the CEO, came from U.S. Gold Mining from Newmont, a 100-year-old gold producer, one of the largest gold mining companies in the world. He also worked for Commandant Gold Corp., which discovered the coffee deposit in the Yukon and advanced the resource until Gold Corp acquired it for 520 million Canadian dollars, one of the most significant buyouts of the past decade. While we are talking about different projects where outcomes could be different, this is the reason he was recruited to become the CEO of USGO, so he can utilize his skill set and work towards similar goals for U.S. gold mining. With gold recently as high as $3,400 an ounce, the best performing asset class in 2025 so far, and with Trump's massive executive order for the benefits of state of Alaska, with one major corporate shareholder owning 80% of the USGO stock, and with its CEO that is a fit for this role. Thank you again to US Gold Mining Inc. for sponsoring this portion of the video.